Hey you guys, it's Barb from Barb and I Budgets, and welcome back to my channel. I'm really happy that you're here. And in today's video, I'm just gonna go over my last year's goals and see if I hit those goals, and I'm gonna tell you what my 2025 goals are. So let's just get started. So I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about myself because I have a lot of new subscribers, and then I wanted to show you what my goals were for last year. And so my name is Barb. I live in Ohio. I am a single mother to 4 children. However, 3 of those children are adults, but they all still live in my house. I do have a daughter that's away at college, so she doesn't technically live in my house, but I help her when I can. My elderly mother lives here with me. She was living in Florida on her own, and it just wasn't working out, so she needed to come here and live with me where I could, help take care of her. So there is a total of 6 of us that live in this house, and there's one income, which is mine. Now, my adult children, one of them has a really good job, but he has a truck payment, he has his insurance, he's trying to move out, so he doesn't really contribute to the house. He does buy his own food, he meal preps, but besides that, everything's on me. I pay all the bills. So I also want to tell you guys how I started budgeting. So I remember it was in June of 2022. I was scrolling through YouTube, and I wasn't really a big YouTube watcher. It might have been May because I started my budgeting journey on making my first video in June of 22. But anyway, I was like scrolling through YouTube, and I came across, somehow the algorithm brought up Baddies and Budgets, and I was hooked. I started watching her playlist, and I was like, oh my gosh, if this lady can do this, so can I. Now, it wasn't that easy. I mean, it took some time. I've made mistakes along the way, and I'm not perfect at budgeting, but what I can tell you is I have been able to save $4,000 in my emergency fund, which I had 0 when I started. I have $2,500 in a savings account, and I had 0 when I started. I have been able to put $1,000 away for each one of my kids for an emergency fund. I have, and I'm not saying any of this to brag. I'm just saying this, that if this is the beginning of your budgeting journey, consistency will get you there. You have to consistently put money away, consistently save, try to stay on track. If you fall off, get right back on and keep trying. You can make it. So I can remember when I saw Baddies and Budgets, and she always has a lot of fancy stuff because she's making a lot of money over there, but I couldn't afford that fancy stuff. So I literally took white envelopes and I labeled one gas, groceries, eating out, miscellaneous, household, and pets, I think. And then I literally put money in those white envelopes, and I put those envelopes in my purse. And whenever I went to the store, I took money out of those envelopes, and I only spent what was in those envelopes only. And I worked really hard not to spend it all so that I would have money to roll over, because I felt fantastic when I rolled over money. So I started off with white envelopes. And then the second thing I also started off with is paper and pen. I don't have, still to this day, a fancy planner. I did have a planner that I used for a few months that I got from Amazon. It was one of Salisa from Beautifully Me and You's, and I liked it a lot, but I just wasn't consistently using it, so I stopped. I just went back to my notebook. So let me show you my notebook that I use for budgeting. So this is it. This is a 5-star, 5 category, or 5 pocket, whatever folder. Notebook that I got. This was one of my daughters from high school that she didn't need anymore before she went away to college. She had never used it. And so this is what I've been budgeting with since 7/7 of 2023. And literally, you guys, this is paper and pen where I do my budget every week. So I can show you, like, this is where we are today. Happy New Year, 2025. This is my budget for tomorrow when I get paid on Friday, January 3rd. It's not complete yet. I haven't finished it, but nothing fancy. Paper and pen, and you can do it. So I just wanted to give you guys a little introduction of who I am and how I do budgeting. Yeah, I'm not the best artist either, but this works for me. It works, and I'm not spending extra money buying fancy stuff. Now, here's the last thing I'm going to say about that. If you want to spend your money buying fancy, beautiful things, I'm not knocking you. I just cannot justify myself yet to buy like an expensive planner, or I really want to buy like one of those savings challenges books that are homemade, like Marlene at Snow Gardener 307. Her savings challenge books are so beautiful, but I'm still in debt. And because I'm still in debt, I just cannot justify spending the amount of money that she definitely deserves for her work, but I can't afford that yet. But I do know that someday I'll be able to. Or I can make the decision to do a savings challenge and put a few dollars away and then save and save until the next time she has one. But right now, I want to focus on getting rid of my new credit card debt that I have for my medical bills and hitting my goals. And then maybe I can think about next year if I'm not in debt again. Well, I'm not going to be. I'm going to like put it out there in the universe that I'm not going into debt again. So, all right, that's enough of that. So here is my notebook that I keep my goals in. And here are my 2024 goals. Let me make sure this is in frame because I might need to move this. Okay, so we're good. So last year, either in December of 2023 or January of 2024, I set 4 goals for myself. I also picked a word of the year for myself, which was determined. Determined means a firm decision and not changing it by choice. So I plan to be determined to hit these goals or come as close as I could. That was my goal. Okay, so my first goal was to pay off credit card debt. I had $2,472 in credit card debt. My second goal was to put an extra $1,700 to my mortgage, on principal only. My third was to put $600 to my emergency fund, which would have brought me up to $4,000. And my fourth was to max out my Roth IRA. So at the beginning of 2024, I could have only put $7,000 in, but because I had a big birthday during 2024, I could get up to $8,000, but I wasn't sure I'd be able to do that. I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to get to $7,000. So these are my 4 goals. And you can see that I have checked off 3 of them, and the fourth one, I didn't quite get there, but that's okay. Well, it depends. We'll look at that in just a second. So here are my dividends. I did start investing, you guys. I mean, and I'm going to show you my total, and you're going to be like, oh, that's not a whole lot of money. So I got $62.59, but that is all passive income. I didn't have to do anything, just put money into the stock market, and I ended up making $62.59, which has been reinvested because I turned the drip on for my investments, and it's making money. So I'm making money on money that I made, and I'm not doing anything. How great is that? All right, so that's my dividends. But here is my first goal, which was credit card debt. So I had 2 different credit cards. I had Bank of America and Dollar, and they both were deferred interest because I opened them both and moved a bunch of stuff onto them. So I owed $2,471.48 on January 1st of 2024, and I'm proud to say that on December 9th, 2024, 12 months later, I hit my goal and I paid off that credit card. But like I said, I do have a new credit card debt for this year because I did have a surgery, and my son broke his leg, and there was a lot of bills with that, and plus he's still in rehabilitation because he broke his leg, he had surgery, he's been through rehab. So I do have another, and it's almost the same amount. That's really funny. It's $2,444 for this year. But I did hit goal number 1, so I was very proud of that. Goal number 2 was to put $1,700 to my mortgage. I started it on January 1st, and when I made my December mortgage payment on December 5th, I was still $66 short. So I did get a bonus in December, and I took $66 of that bonus, and I hit my $1,700 goal. So I finished this on December 20th. So that was goal number 2. Goal number 3 was to hit my emergency fund of $600 so I could get to $4,000. And I started it in January and I finished it in July. I was able to hit it pretty fast. I'm not sure why. I think I did do a savings challenge, and plus I save every week into my emergency fund, so I was able to hit that goal. Then we came to goal number 4, my Roth IRA. And I did get to $7,115. So it was $885 short of the $8,000. But you guys, I consider this a win, even though I didn't hit the $8,000. My goal was between 7 and 8, and I did hit $7,115. I made my last deposit on 12/29 of $100. So I came close, and I'm not mad at myself for not hitting that goal. 100% anyway. All right, so that is my 2024 goals. So let me bring up my 2025 goals. Okay, so here's my 2025 goals. Now I have monetary goals on here, and then I also have some personal goals because I hadn't been setting personal goals before either. My word of the year is consistent. I want to consistently work towards these goals every week. That's my word of the year. All right, so goal number 1, pay off credit card debt. So I said it was $2,444, but I'm going to round up to $2,500 because my tracker, which I'm using right here, is my tracker. It has 100 gumballs, and I want to make it $25 each. So yay. Okay, that's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is to put $1,680 of principal only to my mortgage. I can do it. I did $1,700 last year. It's $20 less. I can do it, guys. Goal number 3 is this big Roth IRA again. It's $8,000. Whew, that's a stretch. That's a stretch goal, but we'll see. Goal number 4 is investments. I want to have 100 shares of SCHD. As of right now, I'm like at 48.9, so I'm very close to having 49 shares. So I only need to get 50 more. Now I say only, but that's almost $1,400. But we'll see. I'm gonna try to do that. That's investments. And then I have a couple smaller goals that I want to hit. I want to put $450 to my medical sinking fund because I want to try to beef it up so that when I do have these copays and I do like maybe have another surgery or something, I'll have some money in there because I didn't whenever I had, these other things happen. Number 6 is to put $500 to my vet emergency fund. Right now it's at $700, and I want to add $500 to that. And not envelope, but goal number 7 is car maintenance. I want to put $500 to car maintenance because you never know. You never know when you're going to have to get brakes or, normal wear and tear on your car, get a tune-up or whatever. So I want to try to put $500 to that. So for my monetary goals, I need to save $15,030. Now, that's a lot. I might have to get a second job, but maybe a part-time job for a few months, but it's doable. I can do it. I can. I'm going to believe in myself. So then my personal goals, number 1 is to read 12 books. And I have changed that. I want to say I want to read 12 books that are like for fun, fictional books. And then I want to read 6 books that are like motivational. So I want to read 18 books. I can do it. I can do it. I used to be an avid reader, and I didn't read one book last year, and that makes me very sad. Number 2, I want to lose 40 plus pounds. I'm going to put a plus there. So if you've been following my journey, you know that I had skin cancer, and I had skin cancer removed from my nose. It was a really big deal for me. It was like a tough surgery. I didn't really expect it, but also I have diabetes, and I could lose 40 plus pounds and try to get my A1C under control because when I had my last physical in the end of November, my A1C number was very bad. The A1C is how they test like how your blood sugars have been, like a look back of the last 3 months. It's supposed to be around 5 to 6, and mine was at 11, I think. 10.7. I think. I don't remember. So it was close to 11, which is really bad, which means that the sugars in my body are doing damage inside my body. And here's the thing. I said to my doctor, I'm like, but I don't feel it. Like, I don't understand. Because I can't feel this, these things happening. It makes me not want to work hard at this. And she's like, well, I can tell you that the inside of your body is hurting. And so do something about it before you start losing your toes. Girl, gentlemen, that opened my eyes. I was like, no, I don't want to lose my toes. And she was like, then you need to do something about it. So I have since then been checking my blood sugar. I have been eating much better. I have brought my blood sugar numbers down considerably. I don't know what my A1C is yet because they only check it every 3 months and I go back in February, but I'll let you guys know. So number 3 is I wanted to get my A1C below 7. I know I just said that normal is between 5 and 6, I think, but if I can get it below 7, I'm on the right track. I want to, number 4, exercise 3 times per week. My job is I'm an accountant. I just sit at a desk all day long, and then I come home and sit at a desk all day long. So I need to incorporate working out, exercising into my every other day or every few day routine. I did buy a walking pad. It hasn't got here yet. It should be here any day. I don't have the kind of desk that I can use a walking pad under my desk, but I can do it on my lunch. I can do it on my breaks. I do work from home 3 of the 5 days a week, so I can get this exercise in on those days. Number 5 is I want to join a Bible study. There's a Bible study, there's a Bible study online that's a 365-day year. I'm going to start that. And number 6 is I want to increase side hustle money. Now, I didn't give that an amount. I just want to increase it because I'm trying to hit this goal right here. So you guys, these are my goals. I think these down here are very attainable. I think these 3 are very attainable. Maybe the mortgage one. And then these 2 are going to be these 3, debt payoff, Roth IRA, and investments will be the ones that, I'll struggle with a little bit, but I can get there. And I definitely can get there for the credit card because I paid it off last year. Okay, so if you have any questions or any words of encouragement or any comments, you can leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Let me know what your goals are. Let me know how you did on your 2024 goals if you had them. And if not, that's okay. But I really suggest you set a few goals. I mean, I set more than I've ever set before, but I suggest you set a few so that at least you have something you're striving for. All right, guys, that is all I have for you. Like I said, if you want to discuss anything or you have any words of encouragement or you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below and we can discuss about it. I would appreciate it. So please remember, you guys, always, always, always that I love you and so does Jesus, and he loves you more than me, for sure. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow with the cash stuffing. Have a wonderful day. Bye, you guys.